All right, y'all know who it is. It's your friendly neighborhood daycare bandit, the creator and embedded professor and teacher of the white line driving technique and the white line driving system. Hey, fellas, this is story time. If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. When I'm out there driving, I do tend to ramble. And there's a story that I like to tell people in order to try to get them to understand life. There's a man on the plot of land. And on this plot of land, there's a lean-to. He built the lean-to. In his mind, it was sturdy enough and good enough for him to live on his land with. Along comes a man traveling past where he is. The man sees him. The man walks over to him as he's standing next to his lean-to. The man says, "Listen, I can't see you this way. I have information that will help you build you a home. If you listen to the things that I tell you to do and you choose to do them, you could quite possibly build your own mansion." The guy looks at him, thinks about what was said, and then he says, "Give me a couple of days and I'll think about it." During that couple of days, he goes and he sees all these people that he trusts. He explains to each one of them the story of how the man just walked up on his property and just decided to start offering him what he offered. They started getting descriptions from him about the man that offered what he offered. They began to tell him that that man was Satan. He was bad. He was evil. And that you should have recognized it right out the gate. He doesn't look like us. He doesn't dress like us. He doesn't eat like us. He doesn't worship like us. He doesn't sound like us. He's not one of us. Go back and tell him no, and make sure he never comes on your property again. Filled with this confidence that the people that he trusts are completely 100% right. He goes back to his lean-to. The man comes back over a couple of days, and he tells this man to get off his property. Don't ever come back around him again. You don't look like us. You don't eat like us. You don't dress like us. You don't sound like us. You don't worship like us. The man asks him, "I understand that I'm not like you. I am still willing to offer you this information because I can see how you're living. And it would hurt my soul to know that I walked past you as you are in the condition you are in now." The man got irate, started yelling at the stranger, "Get off my property." Well, later on that week, a strong storm comes in, drops that lean-to, all the things inside of it, down around that man's ankles. Once the storm was over, the man came back past, took a look, looked at the man, shook his head, and went about his business. The people that this man trusted also came by, saw his lean-to down around his ankles, saw all his property all scattered all over where he lived. And they too shook their heads, said, "What a shame," and walked away. Now, I normally go into the explanation of what you should have got from that. A complete stranger cared enough to stop and offer you better. But your trust was placed with people who were quite content seeing how you lived and not doing a thing about it. Even though you trusted them, even though you took their advice and told the stranger to go away, even seeing the condition and the state that you're currently in, those very people were happy and content with the way you were living and chose to even not help you when times were bad. They were happy and content in the way you were living. They couldn't see what the stranger saw, but you trusted them. And they didn't help you. You took their advice. They didn't help you. The reason they didn't help you is because they were happy and content, making sure you knew where your place was. The stranger understood that even you, being different than him, didn't deserve to live that way. Like I said, you'll either get it or you won't. But that's the story I tell out there. I'm the Dickhead Bandit, the creator, inventive professor, and teacher of the white line driving technique and the white line driving system. And as always, be your own man.